Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real. A woman will not stay for what shines today but fades tomorrow. See, too many brothers out here think that if you show up in a clean ride, throw some cash around, or dress up in designer clothes, you've done the work. That ain't it. That's surface stuff. That's the glitter. And glitter don't last. Glitter washes off in the rain. But consistency, that's the glue that holds everything together. You can't fool a grown woman with flash. She might smile, she might enjoy the moment, but deep down, she's watching your patterns. You show up with flowers once, that's nice. You compliment her one day, sweet, but if you ghost her for 3 days and show up again like nothing happened, she's already clocked you. She knows the game. She's seen it before. You're not the first man to talk sweet and act sloppy. The thing about consistency is that it ain't always exciting, but it builds trust. It builds something solid. When a woman sees that you do what you say, that you show up when you're supposed to, that you don't disappear when things get hard, you become different in her eyes. You become dependable. You become someone she can lean on, not just someone she laughs with. I know some of y'all are thinking, but Steve, I'm not perfect. And I'm not asking you to be. I'm telling you to be intentional. That means you don't have to be flashy to stand out. You just need to keep showing up, doing what you said you would do, and treating her with respect every single time. Let me give you an example. Think about a man who texts his girl every morning, says good morning, not out of habit, but because he wants her to feel thought of. That might not sound like much, right? But over time, that woman starts to associate that message with peace, with care, with love. It ain't the words, it's the effort. It's the routine, it's the thought behind it. Now contrast that with a man who only reaches out when he wants something or when he's lonely. See the difference? Women don't want a perfect man. They want a consistent man. A man who says, I got you, and means it. A man who doesn't switch up because his friends clown him for being a good dude. A man who ain't worried about being cool in the streets, but solid in his relationship. When you're consistent, a woman feels safe. And let me tell you something. When a woman feels safe, she gives you everything. Her heart, her loyalty, her vulnerability. But when you're inconsistent, when you go hot and cold, when you say things you don't back up, she starts to pull away. She starts to protect herself. And once she gets in that zone, once she has to mother herself emotionally because you're not doing your part, she starts wondering if she even needs you. That's how women leave emotionally before they ever walk out the door physically. And once they're gone like that, getting them back ain't easy. So what makes a woman return to a man? It ain't the gifts. It ain't the apologies after you've already messed up 10 times. It's remembering the man you were when you were consistent, when you had her back. When you were showing up, being present, making her feel like a priority. That's what stays with her. That's the man she might miss. That's the man she compares every other man to. That's the version of you that had her attention, her affection, and her trust. Now, if you're in a place right now where she walked away or you feel like she's pulling back, ask yourself this: have I been consistent? Have I been showing up for her the way I did in the beginning? Have I been giving her security? Not just financially, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Or have I been slipping, thinking I've done enough, thinking that once I got her, the work was over? Let me make it real simple for you. A real woman don't need a man to be perfect. She don't need a man to have it all figured out. But what she does need is a man she can count on. That's it. That's the secret sauce. Consistency creates comfort. Comfort creates connection. And connection, that's what makes her want to stay even when things get tough, even when life gets heavy. Because at the end of the day, if a woman knows you are the same man when you're winning as when you're struggling, she knows you're solid. And solid men don't come around every day. So if she walks away and you've been consistent, there's a high chance she'll remember that. And when the noise clears, when the hurt fades, and when the distractions dry up, she'll think about the one man who didn't switch up. That's the man she'll come back to. Let me tell you something, fellas. If you really want to understand women, you got to stop thinking with your ego and start thinking with your emotions. And I don't mean being soft. I don't mean crying every time something don't go your way. I mean learning how to read the room, how to understand what she's feeling even when she ain't saying it out loud. That's emotional intelligence. And that, my brother, is your secret weapon. A lot of y'all out here think being a man means never showing emotion, walking around like a robot, never opening up, keeping everything bottled inside like that's strength. That ain't strength. That's fear in disguise. A real man knows how to check in with himself and his woman. A real man don't run from emotions. He manages them, controls them, and uses them to connect. Women are emotional creatures by nature. That's not a bad thing. That's actually a gift. But what they're looking for in a man is emotional balance. Somebody who doesn't panic when she's upset. Somebody who can listen without trying to fix her. Somebody who can stand in the storm and still speak calm. See, emotional intelligence is knowing that sometimes she don't need a solution. She just needs a safe space. Can you be that for her? I'll tell you straight. Women remember how you made them feel. You could take her to Paris, fly her first class, buy her diamonds. But if you talk down to her, make her feel small, ignore her when she's trying to communicate, she ain't staying. Or if she does, she's leaving emotionally. Because it ain't about the money. It's about the emotional experience you bring into her life. Are you adding peace or adding pressure? Let's talk about communication. When she comes to you with something that's bothering her, don't roll your eyes, don't get defensive, and please don't start flipping it around like she's the problem. That's what boys do. Men listen. Men pause. Men say, okay, help me understand how you're feeling. That one sentence right there, that's a game changer. That tells her you're not just brushing her off, you're leaning in, you care enough to get it. And when she's upset, don't meet her heat with heat, meet it with control. If she's loud, be calm. If she's frustrated, be present. If she's crying, don't make it awkward. Comfort her, hold her, tell her you're there even if you don't have all the answers. You don't need to fix everything. You just need to feel with her. That's what she'll remember. That's what makes her feel safe. And when a woman feels safe emotionally, that's when you unlock a deeper love than most men ever experience. A man with emotional intelligence knows his own triggers too. He knows when he's about to blow up. He knows when he needs a moment to cool down. He knows how to express himself without disrespect. See, it ain't about hiding your emotions, it's about expressing them with maturity. A woman can love a man who cries if he's doing it from a place of honesty, not manipulation. But she can't respect a man who throws tantrums and blames everybody else when he can't control himself. And here's something a lot of men miss. Emotional intelligence also means understanding the little moments, noticing when she's quieter than usual, picking up on the shift in her tone, paying attention when she says, "I'm fine," but you know damn well she's not. That's when you check in. That's when you ask, "Talk to me, what's going on?" It's the small things, y'all. That's what sets you apart. Now, if you've ever had a good woman walk away and you don't understand why, think back. Were you emotionally available? Did you give her room to express herself without judgment? Did you validate her feelings even when you didn't agree? Or did you brush her off, tell her she was being too sensitive, or act like emotions were a weakness? That right there is why so many good women leave strong-looking men, because deep down those men are emotionally weak. And women can feel that. But the flip side, if you're emotionally intelligent, if you're the kind of man who knows how to speak to her heart, not just her body, she ain't forgetting you. Even if she walks away for a season, your presence is going to linger. Because emotional connection is rare, real rare. And once a woman experiences that, no surface level dude can replace it. They may entertain her for a minute, but they won't reach her soul like you did. So don't underestimate this, man. The toughest guys in the world are the ones who can master their emotions and care for someone else's at the same time. That's strength. That's maturity. That's power. And that's the kind of man a woman will come back to, because she knows that with you, her heart is safe. Let me tell you something that a lot of men don't realize until it's too late. A woman doesn't want to be your whole life. She wants to be a part of a man's life that's going somewhere. And if you don't have a clear purpose, if you don't know what you're working toward, she's not going to stick around for long, not because she doesn't care, but because she knows a man without direction becomes a man with confusion, frustration, and insecurity. And that's a relationship killer. Now listen, when I say purpose, I don't mean just having a job. I mean having drive, having something that wakes you up in the morning, a reason to keep pushing even when life hits hard. Purpose ain't just about money. It's about your calling, your mission, the thing that makes your soul feel alive. It's what defines who you are outside of any woman, outside of any relationship. That's the foundation. And women, they feel that. They respect that. You ever notice how women are drawn to men who are on a mission? It's not just about ambition. It's about the energy that comes with it. A man who's focused, who's building something, who knows what he wants and is actively going after it, he carries a different kind of confidence. It's not cocky, it's centered, it's grounded. He doesn't need to prove himself with words because his actions speak loud. And women love that. On the flip side, when a man makes a woman the center of his world, when he puts all his happiness, identity, and value in her, he unknowingly puts pressure on her to be everything. That's too much weight for one person to carry. She didn't sign up to be your purpose. She signed up to walk beside your purpose. There's a difference. When you don't have a mission of your own, you start clinging, doubting, needing constant reassurance. And that turns love into burden. She didn't fall in love with a boy looking for direction. She wanted a man who already had it. A woman wants to support you, not save you. Let that sink in. She wants to cheer for you while you chase your dreams, not be the dream herself. Because when she sees you moving with purpose, when she sees you focused, disciplined, consistent, she knows she's connected to a man who's going somewhere. And women want to feel like they're riding with a winner, not just someone who says he has potential, but someone who's living like it. Let me break it down even more. You be the best looking dude in the room. Dress sharp, smell good, say all the right things, but if you ain't got no direction, no goals, no passion, she's gonna feel that emptiness. You're just floating. She might enjoy the attention at first, but when she realizes you ain't building nothing, she's gonna pull away. Not because she's shallow, but because security for a woman comes from a man with vision. See, a man with purpose doesn't get lost in drama. He ain't out here chasing every skirt. He's not wasting his time on distractions because he knows where he's going. He's got something to lose. That's attractive. That's leadership. That's what makes a woman say, yeah, I'm sticking beside him. Even if you don't have it all together right now, even if you're still climbing, if she can see the hustle, if she can feel your focus, that's enough to make her believe in the future with you. And let me be real, your purpose protects you from losing yourself in relationships. When you know who you are and what you're called to do, you don't bend every time somebody challenges you. You don't lose your identity trying to keep someone around. You lead with conviction. That's not controlling. That's stable. That's grounded. And that kind of energy draws women in without you even trying. You ever seen a man so deep in his grind that he's not even checking for anybody, and suddenly women start noticing him more? That's not a coincidence. That's the power of purpose. Purpose is magnetic. Because while most guys are trying to impress women, the man on a mission becomes impressive just by staying focused. That's the difference. Women don't return to the man who begged. They return to the man who built. But maybe you've had a good woman walk away because you weren't living with purpose. You were coasting. You were stagnant. And now you're wondering why she left. It's simple. She didn't feel inspired. She didn't see growth. And she couldn't follow a man who wasn't leading himself. But if you turn that around, if you get clear about who you are and what you're here to do, you might not even have to chase her. She'll see the change. She'll feel the difference. And if the love was real, she just might circle back. So hear me on this. Women want love, yes. But more than that, they want to respect the man they love. And respect comes when you have purpose. Not just dreams, purpose. Something you live by, something you wake up and grind for. That's what sets you apart. That's what gives you power. And that's what makes a woman stay or come back. Let me tell you something that ain't talked about enough. Love don't mean a damn thing without respect. I don't care how fine she is, how good the chemistry feels, how much time y'all spend together. If she don't respect you, she can love you the right way. And the only way a woman will respect you is if you respect yourself first. Now let's get something straight. Respect ain't about being a tyrant or acting like you run everything. That's insecurity talking. A real man don't demand respect. He commands it by the way he carries himself. There's a big difference. A man who respects himself doesn't have to yell, threaten, or control. He just moves in a way that lets people know, I take myself seriously. And if you're in my life, you better take me seriously too. Women pick up on that energy quick. The way you speak, the way you handle situations, the way you deal with challenges, responsibilities, and even how you treat her. She's always watching. She don't just hear your words. She feels your tone, your actions, and your consistency. That's how she decides whether you're a man she can respect or just another one she has to carry emotionally. If you let her walk all over you, if you let her disrespect you with her words, play mind games, or constantly test your boundaries, and you don't check it, you're teaching her how to treat you. Don't be afraid to draw the line. Don't be afraid to say, I care about you, but I won't accept disrespect. Not because you're trying to be tough, but because you have standards. A man without standards gets walked on. A man with standards gets respected. And let's flip the mirror for a second. Because some of y'all want respect, but don't know how to give it. You can't call her out of her name and expect her to honor you. You can't talk down to her, lie to her, cheat on her, and think she's going to admire you. That's not respect. That's delusion. You can't be halfway in doing dirt and then act shocked when she pulls back. Respect is a two-way street. You give it, you get it. See, when a woman respects a man, everything changes. Her tone softens, her walls come down, her loyalty gets deeper. She feels safe enough to lean on you, trust you, and build with you. That kind of respect, it don't come from dominance. It comes from consistency, from integrity, from the way you handle yourself when nobody's watching. You want to know one of the biggest signs a woman respects you? She listens. Not because she's submissive or scared, but because she values your opinion. Because she knows you think things through, you speak with purpose, and you don't let your emotions control you. But if you're always flying off the handle, breaking promises, showing up different every week, she ain't gonna trust your lead. You might still be in a relationship, but she's already detached. You lost her respect, and that's hard to get back. Now, if you've ever had a woman leave you and you didn't see it coming, ask yourself, did she still respect me? Did I give her a reason to hold me in high regard? Or did I let my emotions, my ego, or my laziness chip away at her trust day by day? Because once a woman loses respect, the love starts fading too. And when that happens, no amount of flowers or I miss you text is going to bring her back. She's already gone in her mind. But here's the good news. You can build respect. You can earn it, even if you slipped in the past. It starts with how you treat yourself. Are you disciplined? Do you follow through? Do you honor your word? Do you walk in integrity even when it's hard? When you live like that, people can feel it. Women can feel it. You don't have to say a lot. Your energy tells the story. Respect also shows up in how you carry your purpose, how you handle conflict, how you treat everyone around you, not just her. the way you talk to the waiter, the way you speak about your mother, the way you deal with disappointment. All of that shapes how she sees you. Because if she can't respect the way you operate in life, she's not going to trust you to lead her life with you. Let me say this too. When a woman truly respects a man, she doesn't want to disappoint him, not out of fear, but out of admiration. She wants to rise to his level. She wants to match his energy. That's when you see the real magic happen. That's when a woman pours into you without being asked, supports your goals, holds you down and walks with you through the fire. But you don't get that kind of woman by being passive, disrespectful, or weak in your character. You get her by being a man of substance. So if you want a woman to return to you, it won't be because you begged or promised to change. It'll be because she remembers the way she respected you. Because respect leaves a mark deeper than charm, deeper than looks, deeper than money. When you move with dignity, integrity, and strength, real strength, that's the version of you she can't forget.